Hey, happy Tuesday. So digging farther in this week, lesson from Daddy number 3, which is work. Before I get into that, I should have done this first. I'll get it right in the right order one day. For the month of July, we're going to do the I Am Bible study, 31 days of looking at ourselves through the lens of the Father. So if you want a book, get up with me, let me know. I'll be happy to send one to you or meet you for delivery if you're local. But you can find them on the website, nancyjoe.org, or send me a message email if you want one. So, work. Dad always worked. Just digging back into memories, in the start of Ezel Electric, that's our company now. That's the company that he started. And then we inherited, he said 1976-ish, and you couldn't find a job. There were no jobs to be had, and so you made one. You didn't just sit around and wait for one to happen. And so that was something that he always taught us, is that if it's not there, you do something and you make your own. We are not just sitting around waiting. And honestly, that goes into this verse here from Proverbs 16:27. The Living Bible says that idle hands are the devil's workshop. Idle lips are his mouthpiece. Idle. And literally, a worthless man devises and digs up mischief. That was in the King James says an ungodly man. I believe it's the Amplified that says a worthless man. Idle hands, idle, worthless, ungodly, doing nothing, are the devil's workshop. Well, if we are not focused on doing something constructive, creative, working, again, in whatever we do, in doing it in dependence upon him, or whatever your task, work at it heartily as something done for the Lord. Well, if we're not doing that, then we have put ourselves in a position to where the enemy comes in, places thoughts, he assaults, he bombards. When we don't have our minds fixed and focused, when they're idle, has it ever happened to you that just all of a sudden the thoughts come and it's like, how in the world did I get here? We have to purposefully fix our minds on his word. The Bible tells us to think on things above, right? Or whatever is true, whatever is lovely, whatever is pure, whatever is of good report. Think on these things. So we have to keep our minds put where they're supposed to be. But again, Proverbs 16:27 says, idle hands are the devil's workshop. Idle lips are his mouthpiece. So Dad made his own job. And the Lord blessed that. Blessed his efforts. Blessed what he poured himself into to do. And he was a learner. Dad was a lifelong learner. There are so many things I hate that he took with him when he left, or that he's not here for anymore. But one of the biggest things, and customer after, I can't tell you how many customers said this. And Dad also did work for the factory, Cummins factory, because there were few and far between men who knew what he knew about, the Cummins generator. And because he was so well trained, and because he spent his life, the better part of 30 years perfecting his craft. And so Paul tells Timothy to study, to show himself approved. And that is one thing that Dad really showed us in his work and in his work ethic, is that he continuously bettered himself. He never thought, well, I have arrived. That was not his mindset. And so he taught us that we are lifelong learners. And not only in our craft and in our job, but in the Lord. and you hear me say that all the time, there is always another layer for him to pull back and reveal more to us. So we never, never, never feel like, oh, I've been in it enough. I've read this verse enough. I've got it. There's no need for me to try again or to do any more. That's just not true. And so study to show yourself approved. Be a lifelong learner. And don't let your hands or your mind be idle, because that's where the enemy finds a crack where he can come in and he can start planting thoughts, and he can, blow things out of proportion that really just aren't the case. So we work. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.